Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Churchill Downs here on Friday. It is May the 5th, 2017. I'm going to look at all the stakes races on today's program from Churchill, including the Longines Kentucky Oaks. But before I get onto that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKit5 for more selections for race courses around the world, and join me for my Kentucky Derby preview. That will be up very soon, and also join me for my 2,000 and 1,000 guineas preview from Newmarket in England. It's a great weekend of racing, and it's great. It's just a great weekend of racing. I cannot stress that enough. But before I get onto that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKit5 for more selections for race courses around the world. So let's get on to it. The races I'll be looking at are races 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, and 11. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, and 11. Those are the races I'll be looking at. There are 6 of them. Let's get on to it, starting off with race number 5 from Churchill here on Oaks Day. The 5th race is the 32nd running of the La Trienne Stakes, Grade 1, purse $300,000. It's for fillies and mares, 4-year-olds, and upwards. We have a field of 9 horses going the distance of ground of 1,700 meters for international viewers, or 1 mile and 1/16th on the main track. And I will be showing this diagrams of the circumference of the racetrack a lot. It just gives me a second to look at my notes, so just bear with me. Mile 16th. And I handicapped these races because for a wet course, because it's going to pour. It's going to start pouring about Thursday, and it's going to be on and off until basically early Sunday morning. So look at handicap the races for a wet course, especially the turf races. So just keep that in mind. This race is a grade 1, a great grade 1 race, the La Trienne. Pardon me if I said it wrong, but my top pick of this one, I like the 4-horse paid-up subscriber. I'm going to go 4981 in the superfecta, but to tell you the truth, I'm not playing the superfectas because it's $1 minimum instead of the normal 10-cent minimum that it usually is. I can't afford $1 minimum superfecta, so I'll give out a superfecta. I'm not going to play it, but those are my top 4, let's say. So 4981, my top pick, number 4, paid-up subscriber, 2-1, Joe Rosario for Chad Brown. This 5-year-old mare at a Candy Ride. I've read a stat that Chad Brown hasn't won a graded stakes race or a race on the dirt at Churchill ever. I think that's going to change. You know, this horse on April the 8th, his most recent start, Keelan, 7 furlongs into Grade 1 Madison. This horse finished 3rd by 2 3/4 lengths that day. Was a little bit wide, but was really closing up. It was his first start since October. He needed the race, a bit too short. I think coming to 2 turns again, coming to Churchill, he should have a very good run, or she should have a very good run. Start before October the 9th at Keelan. I'm on the 8th in the Grade 1 Sprinter. This horse finished 2nd by 7 lengths, set the pace early on, then hit the wall. I'm a Chatterbox, ran a little bit better, but this horse just couldn't catch her that day. And then up at the spot, Saratoga. I'm on the 8th, August 27th in the Grade 1 Personal Ensign. Horse finished 5th by 3.5 lengths that day. Really wanted to go, but the jockey Santana was holding this horse. It might have been the wrong move. He really didn't do anything in the stretch run. A disappointing beat. But this horse had a decent second place finish in the Delaware Handicap. And that was the race Amma Chatterbox won, but Amma Chatterbox actually interfered with this horse at the beginning of the race. They didn't take Amma Chatterbox down because it was the start of the race. It was the first gallop out of the gate. But this horse, after that, really, came back to a decent second place finish. It wasn't a half bad race. Won the Florida Cell here at Churchill last June. He won a very nice race on Derby Day last year, going a mile. She should have a very good run. The distance is perfect. She's coming to this race very nicely. The 3rd place finish was very nice last time out. So watch out for this one to run a big one here today. So to recap my bets for the 5th from Churchill, it's the 32nd running of the La Trienne Stakes. Gonna go with the 4-horse paid-up subscriber. Gonna go 4981 in the superfecta. To race number 6 now from Churchill. The 6th race is the 14th running of the Ali Sheba Stakes. Grade 2, purse $400,000. It's for 4-year-olds and upwards. Field of 11 horses going the distance of ground of 1,700 meters, or 1 mile and 1/16th on the main dirt. Mile 16th. My top pick in this one, I like the number 9 horse, number 9, American Freedom. I'm going to go 9482, 9482, but my top pick, number 9, American Freedom, 3-1, Rafael Bejarano for Bob Baffert. This horse is coming off of a start on August 27th. That was his last race up at the spot, Saratoga. Mile and a quarter, 2,000 meters in the Grade 1 Travers. Horse finished second by 13.5 lengths behind stablemate Arrowgate, who ran just a killer of a race. This horse was second best behind him. It was a little bit wide, just like I said, just couldn't catch his stablemate. But coming here today, I think this horse should have a very good run. Start before at Monmouth, a mile and eighth on the slop in the Grade 1 Haskell. Horse finished second by 1.5 lengths. He broke second that day, went straight to the lead, and then just got caught right by the wire. Disappointing beat, but he just went a little bit too fast. I think today, if he slows it down, he should do a little bit better. Start before in the Grade 3 Iowa Derby at Prairie Meadows, mile 16, July the 1st. Horse won by 4 3/4 lengths that day. Set the pace, on lead all throughout, easy victory, and then won to Sir Barton at Pimlico on the mud, mile 16th, May 21st, won by length, on the lead almost all throughout, easy victory again. Has one start over the surface, that came in the Pat Day Mile about a year ago, finished 6th that day as the favorite, and had a horrible start, didn't run at all. But if this horse breaks good today and sets some easy fractions, I think he could go away with it. So to recount my bets for the 6th from Churchill, it's the 14th running of the Ali Sheba Stakes. Going to go with the 9 horse American Freedom. I'm going to go 9-4-8-2 in the superfecta. To race number 7 now from Churchill on Oaks Day. The 7th race is the 23rd running of the Twin Spires Turf Sprint. Grade 3, purse $150,000 for 3-year-olds and upwards. Field of 13 horses going the distance of ground of 5 furlongs or 1,000 meters on the turf course. 5 furlongs here. And the favorite in this one, the morning line favorite, Pure Sensation. I think I read somewhere that if it rains, which is most likely 100% chance of rain, so it's gonna rain, they're gonna scratch this horse. So probably scratch the 8 horse Pure Sensation. With that being in mind, I like the 5 horse, number 5, Maniaco. Hopefully I say this right. Pardon me if I mispronounce a horse's name. I cannot stress that enough. I like the 5 horse Maniaco. I'm gonna go 5-12-3-9 in the superfecta. 5-12-3-9 super. I might play a very cheap pick 3 tickets starting off of race number 5. Like I said, in the 5th race, I would single the 4 horse. Race 6, I would single the 9 horse. And in this race, I would go. I think that it's a 2 horse race in this one between the 5 and the 12. So it's going to cost you for 50 cents a dollar. For $2, it's going to cost you $4, whatever you want to do. But I'm going to take my chances with the 5 horse Manacle. 12-1, David Flores for Wesley Ward, who bred and trains his horse, also owns his horse. This 4-year-old gelding out of Kitten's Joy. Stepping on the turf for the first time, is bred for turf, so I don't think that should be a problem, and this horse is quick enough to win. Most recently on the 8th of April, Keelan, 6 furlongs and optional 6-2 claimer. First start off the layoff, this horse finished 3rd by 6 lengths that day. He just went straight to lead, and then kind of weakened out of it. I think he needed that race. I think second off the layoff, coming to turf for the first time, this horse should really show a good run. Start before July the 30th at Saratoga, 6.5 furlongs in the Grade 2 Amsterdam. Horse finished second by 1 3/4 lengths. Set the pace most of the race and just got caught by the wire by Mind Your Biscuits, who we all know what he did in Dubai very nicely. But this horse just missed. Disappointing beat. Start before at Belmont, 6.5 furlongs, June 10th in a allowance race for $90,000. Horse won by half length, easy victory. Has been training on the turf at Keelan. A 5 furlong workout last Sunday in 101 flat with the dogs up breezing. The best workout of 6, and a 23rd of April workout at Keelan. 5 furlongs, 59-1. The best workout, 31. So he's quick enough, I think. He's stepping on the turf. Watch out for this one to upset here at 12-1. So to recount my bets for the 7th from Churchill, it's the 23rd Twin Spires Turf Sprint. I'm going to go with the number 5 horse here, Manacle. I'm going to go 5-12-3-9 in the superfecta. To race number 8 now from Churchill. The 8th race is the 62nd running of the 8 Bells Stakes. Grade 2 purse $200,000. It's for 3-year-olds here. Field of 14 3-year-old fillies going the distance of ground of 7 furlongs or 1,400 meters. 7 furlongs, 1,400 meters. My top pick in this one, I like the number 10 horse, Gallia. I'm going to go 10-4, 112 in the superfecta. 10-4, 112 super. But my top pick, number 10, Gallia, 7-2. Jean Velasquez for Todd Pletcher, the Strill filly out of Medaglia d'Oro. Most recently on the 26th of April at Sunland Park, mile 16th in the Sunland Park Oaks. Horse won by neck that day, 2-1. You know, he changed tactics that day. Sat back a little bit early, but really closed up at the end and, had a great run. He was a very patient ride by Ortiz. Gets the veteran Velasquez today, which I don't think is a problem at all. I think that's a great plus. I think he should have a very good run cutting back to 7 furlongs also. I think this horse is going to be more of a one-turn horse. Start before February the 15th at Gulfstream Park, 6.5 furlongs and official 75 claimer. Horse won by 1.5 lengths, on the lead all throughout. Just had a very free driving victory that day. Velasquez just shook the reins. He really didn't even give the horse the whip that day. It was just easy. And then January 22nd at Gulfstream, 6 furlongs, main special weight for 38. Horse won by 6 3/4 lengths. Another easy ridden out victory, driving. It was just a great victory. Cutting back in distance today to the superior distance I think this horse could run out. I think this horse will have a good run. 7-2. Let me take my shot with this one. Now, if you're going to play the pick 4 that starts off with this race, I think this horse might be a single in my eyes. So just keep that in mind. So to recap my bets for the 8th race from Churchill, it's the 62nd running of the 8 Bell Stakes. Going to go with the 10 horse Gallia. I'm going to go 10-4, 112 in the superfecta. So now let's get on to race number 10 from Churchill. The 10th race is the 33rd running of the Edgewood Stakes. Grade 3, purse $150,000. It's for fillies, 3-year-olds. Field of 13 3-year-old fillies, including part of an entry, so only there's 12 in a 1A, going the distance of ground of 1 mile and 1/16 on the most likely soft turf course, or yielding turf course, or it's going to be a turf course with moisture in it. I could bet every dollar I have on that. That's going to be the thing I'm going to be right about this weekend. It's going to be a wet turf course. But they're going a mile 16th here. My top pick in this one, I like the 1A, La Coronel. I'm going to go 1A 597 in the superfecta. So 1A 597 super. Top pick number 1A, La Coronel, 8-5. Julien Lepeau for Marcasse, real filly out of Colonel John, who's out of Tiz now. Most recently, this horse had to start on the 13th of April at Keeneland, 1 mile in the grade 3 Appalachian. Horse won by 3 1/4 lengths that day. Sat, just off the pace that day, but got the lead in the 8th pole and then took off clear. A very, very, very nice victory for this horse that day. Great kind of race you want to see right before, like this kind of big race, but start before March the 11th at Tampa Bay Downs, mile 16th in the grade 3 Florida Oaks. Horse finished second by neck. It was his first start since the Breeders' Cup. She needed the race that day, was far back out of it early, actually got the lead at the midpoint of the race, and then lost it right before the wire by 55. Disappointing beat, but this horse did prove next start out that she won, and she's a good horse. So she proved that she needed the race. And then start for November the 4th at Santa Anita, 1 mile in the Breeze Cup Juvenile Fillies Turf. Horse finished 6 by 3.5 lengths, was the 4-1 favorite that day, but breaking from the parking lot post position number 13, this horse did nothing. It just wasn't her day to win from the bad post draw. But before that, this horse ran in the Jasmine at Keeneland's grade 3 event, going mile 16th, October the 12th. Horse won by 4 1/4 lengths, and also won the a main special weight Serto, going a mile 16th on turf course. I think this field is a lot lighter than the one she faces a few starts ago. She should have a very good run here today, so I'll use her as a top pick. So to recap my bets for the 10th from Churchill, it's the 33rd running of the Edgewood Stakes. Going to go with the 1A, La Coronel. I'm going to go 1A 597 in my superfecta. To race number 11 now from Churchill Downs. The 11th race is the 143rd running of the Longines Kentucky Oaks Grade 1 race here, going for a purse of $1 million for fillies, 3-year-olds. Field of 15 horses. The 15 isn't also eligible, so only 14 could run, going the distance of ground of 1,800 meters for our international viewers, or 1 mile and 1/8 on the main track. 1 mile, 1/8. My top pick in this Kentucky Oaks this year, I'm a very big fan of the 7-horse Farrell. I'm going to go 7-4, 10-3 in the superfecta. So 7-4, 10-3 super. For the multi-race wager, I might play the Oaks Woodford Reserve Derby pick 3. I would use Here's the thing. I don't know who I'm picking in the Derby yet or the Woodford Reserve, but I would definitely use Farrell, just my top pick. And I would use Paradise. I might go 7-4-10 in this one in the multi-race wager. Let's put it that way. I think those are my top three that I think could all three of them have a shot in my eyes. So 7-4-3 in the 7-4-10. Excuse me, 7-4-10 in the multi-race wager. 7-4-10-3 in the Super. But my top pick, number 7, Farrell. She's at 5-1 here. 3-year-old filly at a Malibu Moon. Wayne Catalano trains this one. Channing Hill's on this one. Most recently, April the 1st at the Fairgrounds, mile 16th in the Grade 2 Fairgrounds Oaks. So horse won by 3 1/4 lengths that day. Was a heavy 40 cents to the dollar favorite, and just set off the pace that day, and got the lead and took off clear in the stretch. A very unchallenging victory that day. This horse ran her heart out. It was a great race for this one. It's the perfect kind of race you want to see right before this big Kentucky Oaks race. Start before February 25th at the Fairgrounds, mile 16th in the Grade 2 Rachel Alexandra. Horse won by 3.5 lengths, set the pace that day, and she could have won by a lot more than 3.5 lengths, but Channing Hill was easing this horse up at the end. She just destroyed that field, destroying Valdorna, who was a very nice Marcasse horse. But this horse just had an easy victory that day. Start before in the Silver Bullet Day at Fairgrounds on the mud, mile 70 on January 21st. Horse won by 2 3/4 lengths. Sat second most early on in the race, got the lead at the far turn, and then took off clear. It was a little bit wide, but took off clear in the stretch. Very nice victory that day. She's proven she can win on a wet surface. Two of her best races have come on a wet surface. One last October here at Churchill, breaking her maiden on a wet fast going, and then the Silver Bullet Day at Fairgrounds. She's a perfect draw. I like the middle pack draw for this horse. She could go to the pace or just sit off it, which I expect her to sit off the pace. And at the top stretch, I think she could take off clear. I think she has a very strong chance of winning. 5-1's a great price on this one, so watch out for this one. So to recap my bets for the 11th race from Churchill Downs, it's the 143rd running of the Longines Kentucky Oaks. Gonna go with the 7 horse Farrell. I'm gonna go 7-4-10-3 in the superfecta. So good luck to all, and please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5 for more selections for race courses around the world, and join me for my Kentucky Derby preview video and for my 2,000 and 1,000 Guineas preview video here on YouTube. Please subscribe. Good luck to all.